Yeah, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? Oh, a lot just happened recently, and I can't help but be a little bit excited, and some of it isn't even anime related, which is kind of crazy. Um, but regardless, ReZero, ReZero. Um, I don't know what to say about this show, man. I feel like a little bit of an homage for season one was in this week's episode. Well, actually, more than one, because how it ended this week, plus the way that they showcased the person doing it and how she did it was perfect. So let's talk about it. With this woman being Emilia at this point, right? I'm talking about. She is continuously forced to want to do better for these people in this area. And because she kind of feels like she can't, and we're watching her, struggle as she goes through and, kind of pushes forward the narrative of like, I got to be the best I can for these people, but coming to find out that being the best for them means that you're going to have to continuously face something you're obviously not ready to defeat. She's obviously not ready to get past. And it's kind of soul crushing in a sense, because not only does the show do this like permanent job of just like slowly but surely laughing at us, not giving us the past of, or even the trial, right? They're not giving us the past, they're not giving us the trial. All we're getting is the aftermath. What is happening to her after she experiences and witnesses what she's going through. Why? Because clearly, if we see any of that information, I bet you it will tell us a lot that they didn't want us knowing this week's episode, which is interesting enough. Hearing about her crying to her father, and I don't remember her calling out to a mother, right? So it's a lot of small details that are probably in there that are going to either show up next week as episode, or they're just going to save that for another time in general. But that's something I want you all to think about on your own, is why didn't they show us her trial? Why is it that when Subaru went in there, his trial was seemingly the opposite, right? Um, or maybe it's the exact same, and somehow he overcame his problems with his parents and doing what he did, and not thinking he would ever be forgiven for it and stuff like that. But on the flip side, it's so hard to guess what Emilia is seeing, because we all see her as, Miss Goody Goody Two Shoes. We all see her as that girl that would do just about anything for certain people. So knowing that she has some very, very dark past, and it makes sense with the way people had already treated her, is she probably had no control over something. Maybe seeing someone get hurt and out, lashed out, but because she had power, because she's actually powerful, her lashing out causes, you know, absolute death, and people just got bopped. That's just one guess. My other guess would have to be uh, she was forced to see something, and everybody was probably like against her, and then she raged against all of them, and they all end up getting bopped. But here's the thing, if she really is a witch, or she just symbolizes one and looks like one, I think the thing that would actually make her truly fit that mold of being a witch would actually have to coincide with her doing something evil. just like the witch told us to Subaru, all of them did something, right? Like, there's something they did to truly earn the title that they have. And even the person that, is telling him this, I did something like that to earn my title, right? So she has no problem saying it here, but maybe in some other part of the story, she's just as broken up facing the past and the present, just like maybe all the other witches were or something. Or maybe they enjoyed it. I'm not very, I'm not sure, but if I'm a guessing man, I would definitely guess that this woman who's doing these trials is not, she doesn't seem so much to enjoy it, right? Like, maybe she did this unconsciously or subconsciously, unknowing to the audience right now. We're just left to continue to guess, where does all of this stem from? Like, why is she doing this? Why is she holding these people hostage? Is she doing it on purpose? Um, that's just the first kind of part. Everything about the trials and figuring out how the heck what's his face had so much faith in him, the mansion owner. I do not understand his logic of where he thought this one person was going to be capable of doing all this, besides the fact of the matter where Subaru had gone in there and did everything he did against the dogs. My theory is, I think he's seen every timeline. I think he knows if he triggers certain things. Like, if he was like, oh, you're the guy who died last time I saw you, he would trigger the witch then killing him or something, right? Or maybe by someone else acknowledging it and knowing about it and witnessing it, that keeps his memory throughout all the different time periods. I don't know, but from what I understand, a lot of different things happen in between, him dying and even meeting this guy. But it felt like the Beetlejuice guy, whatever the heck his name was, it seemed like he had an understanding of that, that's the love the witch gives, right? That is something he wanted as the love she would give to him just for having it. So it sounds like something that could be known to people, or that it could be like some weird unbreakable curse that maybe if someone finally broke it, they would know how to break it or something along those lines. I'm not saying other people have it as we speak. I'm just saying maybe there's someone else that tried to tell, and because they told, they died on the spot. They learned nothing else from it. I don't know. And that's what's so interesting about him trusting a quote-unquote butler, a quote-unquote random person who has no real knowledge of this world and still needs to be taught mostly everything. All these signs of showing us that he's not from here. Not only is he not from here, he wasn't trusted by practically anybody in the mansion. And then all of a sudden, you're telling me you let these events happen because you had faith in me? That guy's a weird one. He's a weird one. But to top it all off, the final thing is, and it was the homage that they did, was cutting my man's bowels and doing it with a swiftness and a quickness that was when he was running in the mansion and he just wound up losing his leg. All of a sudden it just flopped. I thought this was the same thing. I was like, oh, tripped. He doesn't have a leg. He does not have a... And then I look and it's the freaking stomach. I was like, no, there's no way it was her. No. And then it literally is the girl from the beginning of it all, to truly, truly put the icing on the sadistic, scary cake. And I'm wondering if she's like still injured after all the time, or if they have like crazy magic that could put her back to 100%. Because I'm pretty sure the knight that showed up that actually saved everybody and made it possible for Subaru to get a checkpoint outside of just getting bopped by her every freaking day of the night. I think she lost an arm, if I am not mistaken, or like she lost a hand, sorry. And if that is the case, she should be even more furious than we're seeing right now. Why is that not working? Square triangle. Oh, it's because I gotta. No, I can't grab. Interesting. But yeah, I don't really see where this could go when it comes down to A, why is she in the mansion? B, how did she get in the mansion? And who did she take out to, be so comfortable in there? And C, where the heck is Beatrice? And if Beatrice has already been taken out by this woman, I don't know what's gonna happen. But we do know that he's gonna come back after this death, and it just goes to show you that Ram might be in trouble yet again, and he might not be able to get to the place in time before that girl does whatever she does. Not to mention, Subaru has to find a reason to leave the trial place, I guess earlier, like earlier than normal, or what's the other alternative is to not leave at all, right? And send Emilia and stay himself and see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen, and that's why I love this show so much. So I'm looking forward to hearing what you all have to say. What did you enjoy this week? If you enjoyed it, if you didn't, let me know why. And yeah, until next time, everybody, I hope you have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be when you're watching this. I am your boy, the Anime G, and I will talk to you in the next one. Peace.